ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारम् प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
सूत्रार्थो
सूत्रार्थो
वर्ण्यते
वर्ण्यते यत्र
वाक्ये
वाक्यै
सूत्रानुकारिभिः
सूत्रानुकारिभिः
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं
भाष्यं
भाष्यविदो
भाष्यविदो
विदुः।
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
सर्वं
सर्वं
ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्।
ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
माहं ब्रह्म
कुर्यात्
निराकुर्याम्
मामा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
मामा ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
निराकरोत्
निराकरोत्
अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु
अनिराकरणमस्तु निराकरणं मे
अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे
अस्तु।
अस्तु।
तदात्मनि नरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु
तदात्मनि
तदात्मनि
निरते य
निरते
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
धर्मास्ते
धम्मस्ते
मयि
मयि
सन्तो
सन्तु
ते
ते
मयि
मयि
सन्तो।
सन्तु।
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्तिः
शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः
ॐ केनेषितं पतति प्रेषितं
प्रेषितं
मनः।
मनः
केन केन प्राणः प्रथमः प्रैतियुक्तः
केन प्राणः प्रथमः
प्रथमः
प्रैतियुक्तः।
प्रैतियुक्तः
केनेषितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति
केनेषितां
केनेषितां
वाचमिमां
वाचमिमां
वदन्ति।
वदन्ति
चक्षुश्रोत्रं कवुदेवो युनक्ति
चक्षुश्रोत्रं
चक्षुश्रोत्रं
तव देवो
कौदेवो
युनक्ति।
युनक्ति
श्रोत्रस्य श्रोत्रं मनसो मनो यत्
श्रोत्रस्य
श्रोत्रस्य
श्रोत्रं
श्रोत्रं
मनसो
मनसो
मनो
मनो यत्
यत्।
वाचोऽहवाचं स वः प्राणस्य प्राणः
वाचोह वाचं स
वचोऽसौ
प्राणस्य
प्राणस्य प्राणः
प्राणः।
चक्षुषश्चक्षुरतिमुच्य धीराः
चक्षुषश्चक्षुरतिमुच्य
चक्षुश्चक्षुरतिमुच्य
धीराः।
धीराः
प्रेत्यास्मालोकादमृता भवन्ति
प्रेत्यास्मान् लोकादमृता
लोकादमृता
भवन्ति।
भवन्ति
न तत्र चक्षुर्गच्छति
न
न
तत्र
तत्र
चक्षुर्गच्छति
चक्षुर्गच्छति
न वाग्गच्छति
न
न
वाग्गच्छति।
वाग्गच्छति
नो मनो न विद्मः
नो
नो
मनो न
मनो न
विद्मः।
विद्मः
न विजानीमो यथैतदनुशिष्यात्
न
न
विजानीमो
जानीमो यथैतदनुशिष्यात्
यथैतदनुशिष्यात्।
अन्यदेव तद्विदिता तथो विदिता दधी
अन्यदेव तद्विदिता तथो अविदिता दधी।
इति शुश्रुमपूर्वेषां येन स्तद्याचचक्षिरे
इति
इति
शुश्रुमपूर्वेषां
पूर्वेषां येन
चक्षुषे।
चक्षिरे
यद्वाचानभ्युदितम्
यद्वाचानभ्युदितं
यद्वाचानभ्युदितं
येन वागभ्युध्यते
येन
येन
वागभ्युध्यते
वागभ्युद्यते
तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि
तदेव
तदेव
ब्रह्मत्वं
ब्रह्मत्वं
विद्धि।
विद्धि।
नेदं यदिदमुपासते
नेदं यदिदमुपासते।
नेदमुपासते
That was the last mantra. So for many classes, we have completed in the last class relatively a bigger bhashyam. Starting from the fourth mantra up to the eighth mantra, each organ, indriya, karmendriyam, va jnanendriyam will be taken. Nedam mididam upasate, nedam mididam upasate. That will be, the phrase will be occurring. Each organ will be taken and its impossibility or incapacity, incapacity to objectify Brahma is pointed out. Brahmana vak yad vacha, Brahma, Brahmana vak abhyudyate, vacha Brahmana abhyuditam. Tad Brahma kim iti prachet. Tameva viddhi, may you know that upasana visheha na bhavati. Upasakasya, upasyaha na bhavati. Upasya devata na. Upasya devatas are objectifiable. न तो उपास्यः विष्णुः वा शिवः इति इदम् इति न तो उपास्य विषयः तत् त्वं Brahmattam Vidhi iti. That Upadesha occurs in this mantra repeatedly. So this is another place. Tadeva Brahmattam Vidhi Nedam Vidhi Upasate iti Abhyasaha Pakramopasamharo Abhyasa Purvata Palam Artavado Bhavattischa Lingam Tatparya Nirnaye. We saw in the definition of Shravanam Shad Vida Lingaihi Vedantanam Tatparya Avadharanam Bhavati Tadeva Shravanam iti. What is Shravanam? Not just listening and applying the six lingas. What is the introduction of the Upanishad? Upakarma and Upasamhara, conclusion. And in between, Punaf Punaha, Punaf Punaha Uktaha, Uktihi, Punaruktihi. That is not a dosha, not a defect. It's called Abhyasa. The Vedanta Sara, the author quoted from the Chandogya. Chaturtvamasi iti Navavaram Uchyate Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishadi. Tadvattatra Nedam Medidam Upasate, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Mahavakya. Na idam ite idam upasate, atu upasana vishaya iti. In this mantra repeatedly occurs. Abhyasa. So this is one of the linga to worry about the tatparyam of the Shastra. Now the next mantra, the fourth mantra, Vachana Abhyuditam. Yena Brahmana Vak Abhyudyate. Vidishtam. Now the next mantra, Manaha. Let us read. No sambandha, no connecting bhashya. Next mantra directly starts 1.5. Yen manasa na manute.
Yen manasa namanute.
Yenahur mano matam.
Yenahur manomatam.
Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi.
Tadeva
Tadeva
brahmatvam
Brahmatvam
vidhi.
Vidhi
Nedam yedidam upasate.
Nedam
Nedam
yadidam
Yedidam
upasate.
Upasate.
Second line will not be commented by Bhashikara. Why? Because already commented. Purvat, the Bhashikara will say. And Ananda Digri Tika, in fact, he doesn't comment at all. Sarvam spashtam iti na vyakhyatam. He just simply says, everything is spashtam. The mantra is spashtam. Ataha na vyakhyatam. Vyakhyanam na kriyate maya iti. Just Anandagiri. One says, spashtam eva. Mantra is spashtam. But Bhashikara has given the Bhashya. But the second line will not be commented. Tadeva brahmattam vidyati vidhi punedamididam upasate iti. Chaturtha mantre tasya तद्वाक्यस्य भाष्यकरण भाष्यं कृतम् अतः अस्मात् मन्त्रादारभ्य पूर्ववत् इति भाष्यकारेण उक्तमस्ति. So the first line only, in मनसा न मनुते, यत् in मनसा सन्धि यरोणासिके यरहरुणासिके अरुणासिको वा यत् मनसा in मनसा तृतीया मनसा करणेन अन्तःकरणेन न मनुते मन्यते should be manute Shruti, Chandasam, Manute, Mandat, Chaturthagana, Manyate, Manyete, Manyante, Manute, Yete, Manasana Manute, Yete iti pronoun. Therefore, the subject matter doesn't start with this mantra. Already it is told. Yete Vachana Abhyudate, Tat, Kim Tat, that we have to refer to the previous mantra. Anya Devatad Vidita Dato, Avidita Dadi, Tat, Kim Tat, Brahma, Ishvaraha. That is, Yet Manasa na manute. It's a manasa na manute. This is the manute, as I told, it is, we take manyate. It's another interesting thing. This is, Vakya can be interpreted in two ways. It's not given here. This is my thinking. Manyate kartariva karmaniva samana rupam. Mandatuhu divadigane vartate. Chaturdagana. Atmane paridatu. So manute, if you take it as manyate, manyate kartari as well as karmani. Both will, the form will be same. Therefore, if you take it as kartari, yet manasana manute, yet means there it is not Brahma, it is equal to Yaha, the one. Yaha yet na manyate, the one doesn't objectify. Yet is equal to Manushyaha, Purushaha, Kopi Purushaha. Purushaha na manyate. The Purusha doesn't objectify, doesn't think, doesn't think. Doesn't think means he cannot think. Manasa. Thinking is possible only through the mind. Manasa na manyate na manute. He cannot think of with the mind. A person cannot think of with the mind. That is one possibility. In fact, that is the meaning actually it is taken. But yatu, if you take the meaning of the word yatu to be Brahma, yatu Brahma na manasa, manyate karmani also it can take. The manyate will refer to Brahma, the object in the sentence. Manasa, it is Karanam. So, yatu, that Brahma, Manasa, na manyate. It is not thought of, not thinkable, not thought of by the mind. It cannot be. It cannot be thought of by the mind. It means its mind cannot conceive. That is the meaning you can take. Yenahur mano matam. So yet manasana manute. Yet Bhashya footnote is given 2.1. Footnote is not here. Yet manasana manute. Yena manaha. Yena manaha manomatam. Manomatam is manaha matam manomatam. Again, Sandhi. Yena manaha matam agugu. Agugu means bruvanti, katayanti, vadanti ityartaha agugu. Ke agugu? Brahmavidaha jnaninaha agugu. Yena manaha, by which the mind, matam, the mind is known, mind is objectified. How mind is object? The thoughts of the mind are known for your known for your perception, known for your understanding. You know the thoughts. Vrittis are objectified. The vrittis are you are the witness of the vritti, manovritti. Therefore, manaha matam. The mind is objectified by which yena iti agugu, iti brahmavidaha agugu. That which cannot be thought of by the mind, and that by which the mind is objectified. The thoughts of the mind are known. Sadeva Brahma Tam Viddhi. Tad Brahma Tam Viddhi. Edam Mididam Upasate. By which Chaitanya Jyotisha Eva Manaha Matam. The mind is illuminated. The mind is made functional. May you know that to be Brahma. Tad Brahma. May you know that to be Brahma, and that is you. Atma is Brahma. And it is not this. Na idam it idam. Na idam it idam upasate. It is not meditated as this. It means it is not meditated as this means it is not the Upasya Devata. It is you. In Upasana, there is Dvaitam. In knowledge, here it is Advaitam. Therefore, Dvaita is the Dvaita Buddhi is knocked off. That Brahma Tam Vidhi iti. The Brahma is not Upasya Vishaya. It is the Swarupa of you. That is the meaning of this mantra. Now, let us say the Bhashya. Manute. About Manute Bhashyakara also doesn't say. That is Dhatu is Mandatu. Mandatoho Rupam Manyate only. Manute iti Rupam Nasti. I say no, it is not there. So it must be Man Chaturdagana. In Tanadigana also we have Dhatu. That is different. In the eighth Gana. That form will be, oh sorry, it could be Tanadigana. In Tanadigana we have Man Dhatu. Shamitam. So this Dhatu need not be, if you take the Chaturdagana, there is one thing. But in Tanadigana, in eighth Gana, we have this Dhatu, Manu, Avabodhane. Interesting. There we have Manute, Manbate, Manbate. So that is a Dhatu. So for taking the Dhatu to be the Tanadigana Dhatu. Tanadigana also we have this Dhatu, Mandhatu. There it is Avabodhane, the sense of Avabodhanam, Jnane ityartaha, Avabodhanam, Avabodhane Jnane. So the form would be Manute. So that is a Dhatu you can take. So instead of Divadigana also Jnane only. There will be Manyate. But Tanadigana, the form itself is Manute, Manute, Manvate, Manvate. So we can take the Dhatu, Manute. So na Manute. So for Kartari, Yata na Manute. That is why here, Yata, the meaning of the word Yata, if we take Manute, Man to be the Dhatu of the Tanadigana, then Yata cannot be Brahma. Because Yata is Pratama Bhakti Ekavachanam in the mantra. Yata na Manute, when we say Yata, it's a pronoun. Could be that it or he or she, whatever it is. It, na Manute, doesn't objectify. It doesn't objectify with the mind. What doesn't objectify by the mind? With the mind. The person doesn't objectify with the help of the mind. The person. So Yata is equal to, therefore, Purushaha. That is why Yata is equal to Purushaha iti Artaha Praptaha. Yati is Purusha. That is a footnote. Footnote is not seen here where it is here to find out. So Yati is equal to Purushaha. Manushaha. Copy. Na Manute doesn't objectify, doesn't know, doesn't think of with the mind. Doesn't objectify. Manute doesn't objectify. Meaning can be taken, doesn't objectify. A person doesn't objectify with the mind. What the object is not given. Object is Brahma. Taking the Dhatu, Mandhatu to be Tanadigana, that is better. In fact, directly we can take. Or if we take Mandhatu to be a fourth Gana, then it should be Manyate. Then also it will fit in Manyate. But the beauty of the Dhatu is, since in Kartari and Karmani, both the forms are there. Therefore, Yatu, the meaning of the Yatu will change. But it is not taken as the Chaturdagana, though I thought it's like, but it's not. Because Mandhatu directly there in the Tanadigana. Therefore, it is better to take. In fact, Bhashika, that is how he takes. If you see the Bhashyam the first time. Yat, let us read. Yat manasa na manuthe.
Yat manasa
Yat manasa
namanute.
namanute.
Manaha giti antakharanam.
Manaha
Manaha iti
ityantakaranam.
antakaranam.
Buddhi manasoho ekatvena grijyate.
बुद्धिमनसोः एकत्वेन गृह्यते
It is interesting to note here. Yet manasa namanute. Vashikara manute mandatu. By this commentary we can know it takes that to be Tanadigana, directly Tanadigana only. So yet Purushaha. Yet is equal to Yaha ityartaha. Yaha Purushaha. Pronoun. Anyone, even any person. That's the meaning. A person doesn't think of, doesn't think, doesn't conceive, doesn't objectify with the mind, with the help of the mind. What? Brahma, Chaitanya. Because yena manaha matam bhavati. Therefore, manasana manute. So yet is Pratama Purusha Ekavachanam of Yet Shabda. Yet is Napumsakalinga. So yet therefore we can take. Generally we use Yaha, but Upanishad use Yet. So Yaha, it is equal to Yaha ityartaha. You have to take Yaha. So Yaha, Manasana Manute. So therefore Yet is, you can take, okay. Then, Yet, um, I think that 2.1 is not the footnote. 2.1 is the Vibhakti. Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam of Yet Shabda. So Purushaha, we have to supply. That would be better. Yeah. Shamitam. Yet Manasana Manute, Yet the word, because the word Yet in all the, see, this is how we have to read the Bhashya. Uh, it is because of the footnote something strikes. So, Yet the word, the previous mantra also Yet is there. Yet Vachana Abhyuditam, Yedavak Abhyudite. Similarly, in all the mantras, Yet comes. Yet referring to Brahma, the pronoun. Therefore, Yet is equal, not equal to Yaha. And here he has helped us by giving the foot. The 2-1. 2-1 is Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Natu Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. It is not the Karta. So Karta, who is the Karta? Karta we have to supply. Yaha iti Purushaha. So Yet is karma. So therefore, Purushaha Yet na manute. So Yet is karma, Brahma. Yet pronoun referring to Brahma. The mantra Yet is that is referring to Brahma. So Purushaha, Brahma, Manasa Namanute. Now it fits in very well, correctly. So therefore, Dvitiya Vibhakti, please note. A person cannot objectify Brahma, that is Chaitanyam, with the mind. This is the meaning. This is so we have to arrive at the meaning. Yet Manasa Namanute, it is equal to Brahma Chaitanyam. Manute na Manute. Manute is their Kartari Prayoga. Karta Kutra Asti. That is applied. Naraha. Purushaha iti. Purushaha na manute. Purusha doesn't conceive of what? Conceive of yet, that is Brahma. How? With the mind. A person cannot conceive of Brahma with the mind. That is the, I mean, that is the 2-1. 2-1, it's not the footnote, it is Vibhakti. Vidya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So Bhashya here, it helps us to understand the Vibhakti also. 2.1. 2.1, Vidya Ekavachanam. Please note. A lot of things comes up when we analyze this. I didn't analyze when I was reading, but when we read again, it comes up. So Yatu Manasa Manute is Purushaha Na Manute Kim Tat Brahma. Brahma Manasana Manute, a person that we have to supply. Because Manute Kriyapadam Prathama Purusha Ekavacham, therefore Karta must be that. Karma is Yatu, that is Brahma. A person doesn't conceive, doesn't objectify Brahma with the mind. Manasa Antakharanena. That is Yat. So Yat, the meaning is all the way it is Brahma only. The whole, we cannot take Yat is equal to Yaha. Yaha is supplied. We have to supply. Yaha Purushaha. Yat Brahma Manasa Namanute. Manaha iti antakaranam. What is Manaha? Manaha iti antakaranam. It is antakaranam. It is the karanam. It is Indriya antakaranam. Bhashikara says Buddhi Manasoho Ekatvena Grigyate. Together, Buddhi and Buddhi, intellect and Manas mind. Not only that, Chittam Ahankara also. But they are included in the Buddhi and Manas, Chittam and Ahankara. Ekatvena. Together they are Grigyate understood. Manaha iti. Manaha iti Shabdasya Artaha Antakaranam. Therefore, tena Ekatvena Buddhi Manasoho Grigyate. Ekatvena Grigyate iti. The next line. Manute Anena iti Manaha.
मनुते अनेन इति मनः
Sarva Sadharanam.
सर्वकरण
सर्वकरण
साधारणं
साधारणं
Sarva Vishaya Vyapakatvat.
सर्वविषय व्यापकत्वात्
सर्वविषयव्यापकत्वात्
Manute Anena iti Manaha iti Anena iti Karana Vitpat. Manute Anena iti Manaha. That by which a person thinks is called the mind. So Manaha is a Karanam. Manute Anena iti, with the help of which Manute Mandatu Avabodhanam Bhavati. A person knows with the help of which that is mind. Manaha. Karana Vitpatya. Sarva Karana Sadharanam. It is Sadharanam common to all the Karna, all the Indriyas. Jnanendriyam, Karmendriyam, and Jnanendriyani, Karmendriyani. They all function only when it is backed up by the mind. Why? Because Sarva Vishaya Vyapakatvat. Because the mind pervades everything. This Sarva Vishaya Vyapakatvat. Therefore, Sarva Karana Sadharanam. It is common to all the Karana. Indriyani. Karmendriyani va, Jnanendriyani va. Of course, for Jnanendriyani, it's required. Otherwise, Jnanendriya cannot perceive Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Eyes will be open, but there will not be any perception because mind is not there. All the organs will be there. Without mind, they cannot function. Therefore, the mind, Sarva Vishaya Vyapakatvat, therefore Sarva Karana Sadharana. Mind pervades all the mind pervades all the objects. Therefore, backed up by the mind, Indriyani function. So without the mind, Indriyani cannot function. Therefore, Sarva Vishaya Vyapakatvat, Sarva Karana Sadharanam. It is common to all the Karana. Similarly, the Karmendriyani also. Karmendriyani cannot function of its own. Of course, for Karmendriya, prana is important. Energy, action is involved, therefore, energy. Then mind also will be there, without which the action is not possible. Then, Pashikara quotes from the Brihadaranyakam. Kamaha Sankalpaha
कामः संकल्पः
सङ्कल्पः
Vichikitsa
विचिकित्सा
विचिकित्सा
Shraddha Ashraddha
श्रद्धा
श्रद्धा
अश्रद्धा
अश्रद्धा
Dhritihi Adhritihi
धृतिः अधृतिः
धृतिः
Hrihi Dhihi
ह्रीः
ह्रीः
ध्रीः
धीः
Iti etat sarvam manaha eva
इति एतत् सर्वं
एतत्
मनः
सर्वं
एव
मनः एव
iti shrutehe
इति श्रुतेः
श्रुतेः
kamadi vrittiman manaha.
कामादिवृत्तिमन्मनः
कामादिवृत्तिमन्मनः
The Brihadaranyaka, it is given what is mind, it is defined. Kamadi vrittiman, that is important. Kama, adi padat, all this. Vrittiman manaha. Vrittiman manaha sandhi. Vrittiman, what is man? It is matu pratyaya. Asya asti iti. Tadasya asti tasmin iti va matu pratyaya. Tadita pratyaya matu. Vritti mat. When you decline vritti mat, in pullinga, vrittiman, vrittimanto, vrittimantaha. Shrilinge vrittimati, vrittimatyo, vrittimatyaha. Like a dhimat, dhiman, dhimanto, dhimantaha. All the linga possible. And manaha is napumsakalinga. Therefore, vritti mat, napumsakalinga. Takaranta napumsak, vritti mat, vrittimati, vrittimanti. Rupam would be like jagat shabda, jagat jagati, jaganti. So vritti mat, manaha. Because of sandhi, vritti man, manaha is that. So vritti mat. वृत्ति ही अस्य अस्ति इति कामादि वृत्ति ही काम आदि ही येषां ते बहुरी समास कामादि ही कामादि कामादि वृत्ति ही काम आदि आदि पदार्थ संकल्पः चिकित्सा विचिकित्सा श्रद्धा श्रद्धा धृति ही अधृति ही रीहि इति सर्व मनः एव काम आदि येषां येषां काम आदि वृत्ति काम आदि येषां ते कामादि 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 वृत्तिमन्तः कामादि etc. vritti, they are the vritti. So the mind is that which has a vritti, vrittimat, the form of kamadi rupena, kama adi padat, all this rupena, vrittimat, vrittimat, kamadi vrittimat, that which has the vritti in the form of kama, etc. So kamaha, first one is kamaha. The mind is that which is endowed with kama, etc. First kamaha, desire. Kamaha, we have to take it as desire, not the objects of desire. So, kamayate iti kamaha, that's the desire itself. Kamyate. Kamyate, it is just, we have to take bhave, not even kamyate. Kamyate means this object. Kamaha is just bhave, desire. Because you are talking about the vritti, not the objects or not the person. Just desire. Then sankalpaha. Sankalpaha. Sankalpaha is, sankalpa in fact that precedes kama. First is sankalpa, then only kama. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. That sangha before kama, sankalpa will be the thought, the vritti which is in keeping with the vishaya, the object. Then that alone slowly rises in the form of kama. So sankalpa. Then vichikitsa. Chikitsa is doubt. Chikitsa is treatment. Purvaka vichikitsa means sandeha, doubt. So manaha is, we have seen it is nischayatmika buddhi, samshayatmika nikam manaha. Therefore samshaya, doubt. Shraddha. Shraddha is the Anandagiri, if you take up, we say Astikya Buddhi. Anandagiri has not given, it's not given that. Navyakyatam. Shraddha is Buddhi. Astikya Buddhi. Ashraddha is Nastik. Nasti iti Buddhi. Astikya Buddhi is Shraddha. Taking the means of knowledge. Shastra to be Pramana. Astikya Buddhi. Absence of that, Ashraddha. Not Anandagiri, some other tika, if you see. There, the author would have referred. There are many common tikas are available. Dharma Yogi tika is there. Maniprabha tika. So, Dharma Yogi, the Maniprabha tika just is commented on the mantra. It is not given, will not give the meaning of the Bhashyam, only with the mantra. It's one of the good commentary, Maniprabha. In fact, we referred that for Mantaka sometimes. Fine. Then Dhritihi. Dhritihi is from the Dhatu Dhru, holding on to a thing. perseverance, that is holding on to the thing. Adritihi opposite. So Dhritihi, you hold on to a thing, not giving up till the end. And Adritihi is opposite. You don't have that courage to. Dhritihi is courage and discourage. So therefore you are impatient, you give up halfway. Then Hrihi is Ikaranta Shabda, modesty, Ihi. Vrihi shy, Bihi fear, and D is Buddhi, understanding, Avabodhanam. So iti, all these are the states, the avastha of the mind. Sarva manaha eva, all these are manaha eva iti, kamadi vritti mat manaha, kama adi ityadi, adihi yeshante ityadeha vrittayaha, kama etc. Kama adi yesham te vrittayaha, kamadi vrittayaha, and vritti is there for whom? For the mind. Therefore, kamadi vritti mat. Kamadi vritti mat. So, kamadi vritti man, kamadi vritti mat, kamadi vritti mati, kamadi vritti manti. Iti rupam. So, kamadi vritti mat manaha. All these are the vritti of the mind. Our mind is endowed with all this vritti. Mind is of this nature, which is vritti in the form of kama, sankalpa, vicikitsa iti. Acharya quotes from Brihadaranyaka very aptly here because we are discussing mind. Therefore, he quotes the mind. Then, the next line. Tena manasa
Tena
मनसा
manasa
yat chaitanya jyotihi
यत्
yat
चैतन्यज्योतिः
chaitanya jyotihi
manasaha avabhasakam
मनसः
manasah
अवभासकम्
avabhasakam
na manute na sankalpayati
न
na
मनुते न
manute na
सङ्कल्पयति
sankalpayati
napi nischinoti lokaha
नापि
napi
निश्चिनोति
nijjinoti
लोकः
lokaha
manasaha avabhasakatvena
मनसः
manasah
अवभासकत्वेन
avabhasakatvena
niyantritvat.
नियन्त्रत्वात्
नियन्त्रत्वात्
Manasa yat chaitanya jyotihi manasaha avabhasakam. Tena manasa, by the mind. Tena, by that mind, the mind which is of this nature, kama sankalpa ityadi vritti mat manaha, that mind. Tena manasa, yat, referring to Brahma, Chaitanya Jyotihi, Brahma Chaitanyam, Chaitanya Jyotihi, which is manasaha avabhasakam. Chaitanya Jyotihi is Napumsakalinga. Jyotihi, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi. Chaitanya Jyotihi Brahma, which is manasaha avabhasakam. Basdhatu. Basdhatu, which is in the word, first gana. Basate, bhasete, bhasante. Bhadatu is there, it is in second gana. Bhati, bhataha, bhati. Na tatra surya bhati, na chandra tarako. Nema vidito bhanti kutoya vagrihi. There bhadatu, second gana, second conjugation. Here bhasdhatu. First conjugation, we have bhasdhatu. Bhasate, bhasete, bhasante, iti rupam. Manasaha avabhasakam, which is the bhasdhatu. Bhas means deepto ityartaha. The dhatu pata, if you see. Manasaha avabhasakam, which is the illuminator of the mind. Manasaha avabhasakam, what? Yat chaitanya jyotihi. Na manute, that is na sankalpayati. So, manasa na manute. The Acharya explained the word manasa na manute. Yat, therefore, yat is the moolam, yat chaitanya jyotihi. It is Brahma, not yaha and all. I thought, that's my mistake. Yat is chaitanya jyotihi. Manasaha avavasakam, which is the illuminator of the mind. It is because of which the mind is known. That is avavasakam. Avavasakam, napumsakalinga, because Chaitanya Jyotihi. Yata Chaitanya Jyotihi, which is the Manasa avavasakam, illuminator of the mind, that Manasa, Purushaha na manute na sankalpayati, that we have to supply. Gopi. Gopi na manute, na sankalpayati. No one, na manute, na sankalpayati, na cannot, doesn't conceive of. Conceive of what? Conceive of that Chaitanya Jyoti, which is the illuminator of the mind. Na sankalpayati, na manute, na sankalpayati. Napi nischinoti. Not even nischinoti. Nipurvaka, nirpurvaka, chinoti, nischinoti, doesn't determine, doesn't nischinoti. Nischinoti nischaya. Lokaha, lokaha, Acharya says lokaha. So lokaha is the purushaha, person. Therefore, lokaha na manute, a person doesn't conceive of na manute, na sankalpete, na pin nischinoti. What? Chaitanya Jyotihi. Chaitanya Jyotihi, in the sentence it is Dvitiya. Jyotihi, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi, Jyotihi, Jyotishi, Jyotimshi. Napunsakalinga. So lokaha yat it is Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavacham, that is the object. Lokaha yat Chaitanya Jyotihi, which is nothing but Manasaha Bhasakam. Manasaha Bhasakam yat Chaitanya Jyotihi. Manasa na manute, na sankalpayati, na api nischinoti. That is the meaning. The meaning will be clear. So, Chaitanyam, the Lokaha, a person, he cannot, he does, or he doesn't, he cannot meaning, he doesn't. It doesn't objectify. It means he cannot. Of course, it means it cannot conceive of, it cannot even not be destroyed, determine the Brahma Chaitanyam, which is the illuminator of the mind. Therefore, with the mind, he cannot know. The help of the mind, he cannot know, because mind itself is illuminated by the Brahma Chaitanyam. Therefore, how can he know the Brahma Chaitanyam? Therefore, na sankalpeti napi nischinoti lokaha purushaha iti. Manasaha avabhasakatvena niyantritva. That is important. Manasaha avabhasakatvena, being avabhasakatvam, the status of being the illuminator of what? Of the mind. Therefore, being the illuminator of the mind, the Chaitanya Jyotihi, which is the niyantrit, which has the status of being the niyanta. Tasmat. Therefore, therefore na manute. Niyantritvat. So niyantr, trich pratyaya. Now Chaitanya Jyotihi, Chaitanyam become niyantr. The same Chaitanya Jyoti only nyatr, kartr, bhoktr, all through, depending on the action. He is a srishtikarta, layakarta, layakartr, sthitikartr, or that it means it is Ishvaraha. Important, this line, Swamiji says, Ishvara walks in Niyantratvad. When Acharya says, there comes Ishvara. The Swarupa of Ishvara is Chaitanyam. The Chaitanyam is a Niyanta. Chaitanyam is a Niyanta, means how Chaitanyam is a Niyanta? That Chaitanyam, in the presence of which there is some Niyamanam. Therefore, we say Niyanta. And that Niyanta is Ishvara. And if you analyze Ishvara, it is Chaitanyam. The Niyantratvad. Chaitanyam cannot have any trish. Chaitanyam is not the knower. It's not the doer. It's not the walker. It's not the listener. Not the Shrotru. Then who is the Shrotru? Who is the Kartru? Who is the Bhoktru? Who is the Niyantru? All this Tru. That means somebody must be there. If you see the Swarupa of that, and that someone who says that is called Ishvara, and Swarupa of that, if you see, it is Chaitanyam. So that is Ishvara. So it is not, if you just say consciousness, Chaitanyam, that is fine. But you should appreciate the Ishvara. This is something important, not something important. This is important, which I remember in the last Swamiji highlights this. Niyanta. Is the Niyantru. See, the Srishti is that we know it is the Srishti, which is for which it is Srishti is nothing but it is superimposed on Brahma Chaitanyam, on Brahma. So therefore Srishti. And we said it cannot do by itself. It is in order. So there must be a Karta. Therefore we say Srishti Karta. Who is the Srishti Karta? Ishvara. What is Surupa of that? Ishvara. Yes, Upadhi. And Upadhi is Mithya. What is Surupa then? If Chaitanya Mera. That is why we have to settle all our accounts with Ishvara alone. We, the Jiva, having this Upadhi, which are brought about because of our Prarabdha. How will you settle accounts? You have to settle accounts. You cannot settle accounts with the people around. We have so much karma, Prarabdha, and Sanchita are there. All have to be exhausted. You cannot exhaust in even if you take crores of Janma, not possible because so much karma and so much possibilities are there. Different Janmas possibilities are there. Therefore, you settle accounts with Ishvara. You cannot settle accounts with people. You may have Prarabdha, the karma it has to be exhausted in the form of having certain relationship with the people, in the form of certain birth also. And it is endless. Then there is no scope for moksha. Therefore, settle accounts with Ishvara. You have to bring in Ishvara and everything and see it is Ishvara. All your emotions or feelings, whatever it is, it cannot be directed towards the people. It is all the unconscious, which is stored up in our mind. That cannot be resolved. That cannot go. It cannot be dealt with it cannot be resolved by dealing with the people. Because so much is there, so much unconscious, so much karma is there. So therefore we cannot deal with people. Therefore we have to deal directly with Ishvara. That's why settling accounts with Ishvara. This is a very common phrase used by Puja Swamiji. Settling accounts with you settle the accounts with Ishvara. You cannot settle accounts with the people. With how many people you will settle your accounts? You owe or others owe to you. So many people you owe, and other also. Then it is endless. But the one who is the niyanta of everything, you deal with him directly. By that, you can settle accounts with all. That is the idea. So therefore, niyanta, Ishvara is there. Manasa havavasakatva niyantratva. Chaitanya Jyoti niyanta, we say. Chaitanya Jyoti is Jyoti. It is the light of consciousness. In the presence of consciousness, everything happened. But there is some yantratvam comes. The mind is illuminated, then mind is directed, then it is Ishvara. Therefore, niyantratva, manasaha avabhasakatvena, being the illuminator of the mind, director of the mind, director, trish pratyaya, that is what Ishvara. We say niyantratva. Niyantratvat iti. It is something like that. The Surya Jyoti, Surya Kirana is there, which illuminates everything. But in the presence of which the lotus blooms. So therefore, from the standpoint of the blooming of the lotus, we can say that Kirana is Ishvara, and the Swarupa of that is not Ishvara. Whatever the word we use, it is the opener. The Swarupa of that opener is rays only, sun rays only. When the sun rays falls on the lotus, it blossoms. Sun rays falls everywhere. It is when sun rises, it rays spreads all over. But when it falls on the lotus blooms. And the rays doesn't choose. A ray doesn't choose to fall on the lotus. It is all pervading. It is spreads. All over. It is spread the rays. But with regard to lotus, when we say, then the lotus blossoms, then the ray is the opener. What is Swarupa of the opener? Nothing but the ray of light. Similarly here also, Niyantratvat, Niyanta, Ishvaraha, Niyanta, Manasaha Avavasakatvena. He is the director is the illuminator of the mind, is the one who directs the mind, Niyanta iti. Then the next line. Sarva Vishayam Prati
सर्वविषयं
प्रति
प्रति
Pratyak Eva Giti
प्रत्यक् एव
प्रत्यगेव हि
इति
ते
Swatmani na pravartante antakharanam.
स्वात्मनि न
स्वात्मनेन
प्रवर्तते
प्रवर्तन्ते
अन्तःकरणम्
अन्तःकरणम्
Pratyak Eva, Sarva Vishayam Prati Pratyak Eva. Pratyak is innermost. Pratyakatma we say. What is innermost? Pratyakatma is Atma all pervading. With regard to kosha, we say it is innermost. It has transcending all the kosha. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. Then with regard to each kosha, we say Pratyak. Is it in Annamaya? No, Pratyak. Pranamaya. It's Atma located in Pranamaya? Pratyak. The Manomaya. Is it in the Manomaya? No, Pratyak. So like that, that is what Pratyak is. So it is a relative term. Pratyak means not literally inner, but the innermost. The translation is okay. We can translate innermost. Sarva Vishayam Prati. It is Pratyaka with regard to all the Vishaya, all the objects. Pratyakeva iti Swatmani na pravartante. It is, that is, what is Pratyaka? Sarva Vishayam Prati Pratyakeva iti Swatmani na pravartante antakaranam. Sarva Vishayam Prati Pratyakeva iti Swatmani. Antakaranam Swatmani na pravartate. Antakaranam, the mind, na pravartante, doesn't engage, doesn't function with the reference to Atma. Why? The hetu is given because Sarva Vishayam Prati Pratyak Eva Iti. That is the hetu cause, the reason. Because Atma is the Pratyak, Atma is Pratyak with reference to everything. Sarva Vishayam, all objects, all. Therefore, Antakaranam, with regard to Antakaranam also it is Pratyak. Therefore, Swatmani, with regard to Atma, Antakaranam, na pravartate. Antakaranam doesn't Swatmani. And therefore, since Atma is Pratyak, therefore, Sarva Vishayam Prati or Indriyani Prati. Vishayam, all objects, all in the Indriya do not have access to Atma because Atma is Pratyak. Atma is not available an object. Similarly, Antakarna api na pravartate. The mind cannot function with regard to Atma because Antakarnasya api Pratyak. It is Atma, even it is Atma of the Antakaranam. So therefore, Antakaranam na pravartate. Swatmani. Atmani. Swatmani is Atmani. Na pravartate. So since Atma is Pratyeka with regard to all objects, it means sense organs cannot objectify Atma. Sense organs objectify objects only. Atma is not an object. It is Pratyeka of everything. Therefore, Antakaranam na pravartate swatmani. Therefore, Antakaranam also, the mind, the Antakaranam, whose essence, whose Pratyeka is Atma. Then how can this Antakaranam function with regard to Atma? How can Antakaranam can know Atma? Atma is not available as an object. It is a pratyeka even of the Antakaranam. Therefore, the mind cannot function with regard to Atma. It means Atma is not a Vishaya. It cannot function with regard to Atma means Atma is not a Vishaya for Antakaranam. Because it is pratyeka. That is the meaning. Sarva Vishayam Prati Pratyeka eva iti. Sarva Vishayam is all Vishaya. With regard to all Vishaya, it is pratyeka. With regard to Antakaranam also. Therefore, Katam Satmani Pravatanam Sambhavati Na iti. So, then the next line, the further Acharya explains. Antastena hi
अन्तस्तेन हि
Chaitanya Jyotisha
चैतन्यज्योतिषा
Avabhasitasya
अवभासितस्य
अवभासितस्य
मनसः मनन सामर्थ्यम
मनसः
मनसः
मननसामर्थ्यम्
मननसामर्थ्यम्
अवभासितस्य मनसः मनन सामर्थ्यम मनसः is षष्ठी व्यक्ति qualified by अवभासितस्य. So भास धातु सेट धातु. The भास धातु is सेट धातु only. भासितम भासितवत् भासितवान्. So भासित अवभासित चैतन्य ज्योतिष अवभासितस्य मनसः. चैतन्य ज्योतिष by the mind, by the chaitanyam, chaitanya jyoti, by the chaitanya jyoti. Where is the chaitanya jyoti? Antastena, which is obtained in the antaha. Antaha tishtati iti. Antastaha, which is obtained where? In the mind, as pratyeka, innermost of even of the mind. Antastena, antaha. Antastena, which is obtained in the mind, which is obtained as a content. What is the content of the mind? Content of the mind is Atma. Therefore, antastena hi chaitanya jyotisha avabhasitasya manasaha. By the chaitanya jyoti, manasaha avabhasitasya manasaha. The mind which is avabhasitam, which is illumined. So, the avabhasitasya manasaha manana samarthyam. Manana samarthyam means man means to think. So samarthyam, the capability, capacity, the capacity to think, to imagine, to conceive, to determine, all. That is possible for the manaha only because of this chaitanyam, which is obtained in the mind. Antastena hi chaitanya jyotisha, the mind enjoys, the mind which is illumined by the chaitanya jyoti, because of which only the mind enjoys the status of, the mind enjoys the capacity of mananam, samarthyam, thinking, visualizing, determining, all these functions. All these are possible because the mind is illumined by Brahma Chaitanyam. So avavasitasya manasaha manana samarthyam katham bhavati kena bhavati kaya iti prichet. Chaitanya Jyotisha. Where is Chaitanya Jyotihi? Antastena, which is obtained in the very mind itself. It is the essence of the mind. Pratyeka. That is where we use the word pratyeka. Pratyeka means therefore essence. It is not something which is directional word. Of course, it is directional, but not in this context. With regard to Atma, we cannot say it is direction. What direction Atma is? Atma is everywhere, sarvavyapi. What direction? Therefore, it is the essence, innermost, we say, or essence. It is a very substance. Substance is not a physical substance. It is the essence. Antastena. Antastena Chaitanya Jyotisha. Chaitanya Jyotisha, which is obtained in the mind, and the essence of the mind is Chaitanya Jyoti. Because of which the mind is illumined, avavasitasya manasaha, manas enjoys the capacity, manana samarthyam. It enjoys the manana samarthyam, without which it cannot. The capacity to think, the capacity to determine, this capacity is not possible. So with regard to that, it becomes capacitor. It is the one who provides this capacity. That is Ishvara, Niyanta. By that, the person becomes a Shrotra. The essence of the Shrotra, Chaitanya. Who is Shrotra, who is Bhoktra, who is Katra, are they all different person? They refer to the same person. With regard to Upadi, refer to the same person, Jiva, same person. And the truth of that person is Brahma. Ishvaraha, therefore Brahma. That's the line. Tena
येन
savrittikam manaha
सवृत्तिकं
सद्वृत्तिकं
मनः
मनः
yena brahmana
येन
येन
ब्रह्मणा
ब्रह्मणा
matam vishayikritam vyaptam
मतं
मतं
विषयीकृतं
विषयीकृतं
व्याप्तं
व्याप्तम्
आगुः कथयन्ति ब्रह्मविदः
आहुः
आहुः
कथयन्ति
कथयन्ति
ब्रह्मविदः
ब्रह्मविदः
तेन by that sabrittikam manah tena referring to tena brahmana ye tena yena brahmana te sabrittikam manah vritya vrittihi vritya sah vartate bhaguri samasa vritya sah vartate iti savrittikam. What is that? Kapratyaya is that which is saputrah putrena sah vartate. Normally ye vritya sah vartate, but it is a bhaguri samasa. Kapratyaya ka is added. Samasanta pratyaya. Savrittikam Napumsakalinga because manaha Napumsakalinga. Savrittikam manaha. The mind along with its vritti. That is the meaning. Vritya saha vartate. Manaha. Savrittikam manaha. The mind along with the vritti. Tena the Chaitanya Jyotisha. Yena Brahmana. Yena is in the Mulam. Matam. Mandatoho Rupa Matam. Nishta Rupa Matam is Vishayi Kritam objectified. So Savrittikam manaha is Yena Brahmana is objectified. It is available for objectification for the Brahma. It is vrittis are mind is objectified means mind vrittis of the mind are known. They are known. They are perceived. They are known. Yena Brahmana. Therefore, matam is equal to Vishayi Kritam. Vishayi Kritam. Vishayi Kritam is Abhuta Tadbhavit Chi Pratyaha. Avishayaha Vishayi Bhavati. Therefore, Vishayi Kritam. Chi Pratyaya Tadita. तथा शुक्ला शुक्लम शुक्लम भवति शुक्ली करोति similarly विषयीकृतं चीकृतं and vyaptam because of which the mind is objectified and it is vyaptam, it is Brahma, the Chaitanyam pervades the mind. Iti agugu ke agugu katayanti Brahmavidaha, but you have to supply Brahmavidaha katayanti sabrittikam manaha yena brahmana matam vishayikritam vyaptam bhavati tad brahma tvam iti katayanti brahmavidaha. That is the meaning. So that by Chaitanya Jyotisha only the mind is objectified. Then how can the mind know the Chaitanya Jyotihi? Not possible. That is the meaning. Therefore, final last line. Tasmad
तस्मात्
तस्मात्
tadeva manasaha
तदेव मनसः
अधिमनसः
atmanam
आत्मानं
आत्मानं
pratyakchetayitaram
प्रत्यक्षेतयितारम्
प्रत्यक्षेतयितारम्
brahma vidhi
ब्रह्मा विद्धि
ब्रह्मविद्धि
nedam ityadi purvavat.
नित्यम्
नेदमित्यादि
इत्यादि
पूर्ववत्
पूर्ववत्
Tasma therefore tadeva manasaha atmanam. Manasaha atmanam means atma of the mind, essence of the mind. Manasaha atmanam, atma of the mind. The mind is not really what it is. Mind is mind because of which that is atma. Therefore manasaha atmanam. Minus atma where is mind, where are sense organs. Mind is mind because of which that is atma. Therefore manasaha atmanam, the self of the mind, it's an expression. Atma doesn't have a separate self. Manasaha atmanam, pratyahatmanam, it is pratyak chetayita, pratyak, which is the chetayitaram, which is the chetayita, which is the cause for the chetana. Chetana is the life, because of which the alone the mind functions chetayit, causative. Chetayitaru, chetayitru, chetayitaram, ditya. The chetayitaram brahma tvam iddi. May you know that chetayitru to be you. With regard to the upadhi, brahma is chetayitru, etc. What is swarupa? Chetayitru is, it is Ishvara. Swarupa is this Chaitanya Jyotihi. That is you. Tadeva Brahmattam Vidhi. Nedam Idam Upasate iti. That is Purvavat. Na Vyakyatam. Nedam Ityadi. Last line of the mantra. It is not commented because it is already commented before. Therefore, Nedam Idam Upasate. Therefore, Manasaha Atmanam Pratyak Chaitayitaram Ditya Bhakti. Brahma, that Brahma also Ditya Bhakti. Tvam Vidhi, may you know that Brahma is you. Tadeva, Tad Brahma, Tat Brahma Tvam Vidhi. So Tadeva is equal to Manasaha Atmanam Pratyak Chaitayitaram Tat Brahma Tvam you Vidhi, may you know. It is not Nitya, it's not Upasana, Edam Idam Upasate. It is not, it is some, it is different from you, it is you. It is not Upasya. Upasya means it is different from you. So it is the Upasana, Upasana starts with Dvaita Buddhi, but it has to culminate with Advaita Buddhi. Then only Upasana is Upasana. Upasana will, you can say Upasana has yielded its result. The stuck in there means then Upasana, it has not really given its benefit. Upasana has to culminate in Advaitam. Dvaitam to Advaitam. Upasana is required for Chitta Naichalyam, Karma Yoga, Chitta Shuddhi. All the way it is required. Till when we cannot say, till Antakarna Shuddhi happens. Therefore, it has a supportive means. That is not the end by itself. Therefore, Nedam Idam Upasate, because we get caught with the means sometimes. Therefore, the caution is given. Nedam Idam Upasate. It is not to undermine Upasana. It is to tell that is Upasya is not the truth. Upasya is objectifiable, available for objectification. But here, the Brahma, what we talk about, that is the Swarup of you, which is not objectifiable. Na idam iti. This mantra is over. These mantras are simple. The same way other mantras are also. In the beginning only, we have some difficult bhashyam, long bhashyam. Now, next few mantras will be simple mantra, simple bhashyam. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadah.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಜ್ಜಿ.